Isolation Nation, welcome to the Social Distancing Social Club. Ooh, I got a new hat. There were some typos on it, so I had to use a marker. This is going to be a fun show today. I'm Ben Glebe, one of your hosts, but there's so many more hosts. You're going to meet probably 10, 15 more hosts. They're coming at you. We give you more hosts for your money than any show live streaming on the internet 4 days a week at different times, depending on what day it is, to really keep you on your toes. Let's introduce you to one of those hosts right now. He's host, I think he's of the quarantine leg 42 of the 67-legged tripod. Please welcome Steve Hofstetter, I'm being told is his name.
Hello, everybody. Ben, I'm so glad that the merch I made for your campaign finally came in.
You
Looks great.
son of a bitch. Steve, I hate to tell this to you, you're fired from the campaign.
God damn it.
The last straw.
What will I not do now? Anyway, if you want to support the show, please do so. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube. My house is probably going to sell. Got multiple offers. I'm excited. There's a bidding war now between the guy from SEAL Team 6 and the guy in the chicken costume, so things are going well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up the 43rd host, Mr. Chris Bowers. Everybody, Chris Bowers.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I did watch the footage from yesterday when I was in the car driving since Chris was growing up, and I do not eat pie of any kind. I mean, at all because of the fruit. You're right, Steve. You know that. My favorite ice cream is vanilla because I don't like any sort of flavor in my ice cream, and I don't really even eat a lot of ice cream. So, and I don't put fruit in drinks because I only drink shots of Crown Royal or Coors Light. Neither which of one you put fruit in. So,
never had sangria. Never had sangria.
Never had sangria. No, I've never drank wine. I've never had sangria. I drink whiskey.
Never drank wine.
No, I don't drink wine. I've had some champagne a couple
By the way,
times. I didn't like
my
it.
favorite part of this is that, Bowers, you started this by saying, I watched the footage when I was in the car, and now I realize you mean from the footage that we recorded yesterday while you were in the car yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you watched the show while you were driving today.
No,
Like you were driving, you're like, I'm bored. Let me watch the show, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend.
I do. I watch a lot of Netflix
do
while I'm
it.
driving, but only stuff I've seen before.
Listen, you listen to it. I hope.
I have a friend that hacked his GPS screen in the middle of his car. It was Ben Morrison actually to show shows, and he would just watch The Simpsons while driving. And not smart, but he did it.
I think if you've seen it a million times, so you're mostly listening. I would never watch like an action movie where you got to watch somebody get beat up on the screen. But I drive all the time watching Netflix.
I actually like to watch. I like to watch foreign film where I have to watch for the subtitles. It's dangerous, but you really gotta love it.
Yes, I don't
Could
like
you
reading.
imagine?
I would never watch subtitle movies because I don't like to read. That would ruin the movie.
Could you imagine if you had like a full-on car chase scene, fight scene on while you were driving, and it would totally impact your driving? You'd be like,
Well, it does impact it. That's why I don't do that anymore. I guess I should have said I don't do that anymore.
I get
Because
that.
when you watch
have
The
a fourth
Office, you
host.
just listen to them fuck with each other and you get it without having to watch it. But
We have a fourth host.
yeah, we do. Rachel, are you here? How you doing, Rach?
I'm glad to hear that one of us watches the show. So that's exciting.
I
What
usually
did Ben
watch-
just do?
Oh, he's in his car now.
I am a car now.
Yeah, Ben is now watching the show from a car, in that he
The
is a car.
steering wheel.
Speaking of cars, by the way,
You hear that, car?
had a fun little karmic victory today. Had to go to the post office today to send some stuff, and there was someone who was a total asshole in the parking lot and not letting anyone by, and it was really frustrating. And people kept honking her. She wouldn't move. It was really frustrating. Finally, someone else pulled out of their spot. I was able to park and go in. By the time I came out, other people had boxed her in, and she was just stuck there. And so that was really enjoyable.
I love how. Okay.
Some people get some box without even asking for it, huh?
You hear that, car? What do we got for overnight game?
Steve, wait, quick question before the overnight game. Steve, do you think certain people, for example, you just attract assholes? Because I don't ever see assholes in parking lots. I don't get heckled at my shows. I've done thousands of shows. Been heckled like 4 times in 20 years. Do you think your energy is encouraging people to fuck with you?
Well, no, I mean, Ben, first of all, you're used to people talking over your shows, so you don't notice it when it's heckling.
Ouch. Ouch. I have pin drop silence when I do. Wait, that's not good either. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ben, I think the answer is Steve just noticed slights more than the rest of us do.
Yes.
Right? Like, we
Okay,
just
fair
wander
enough.
around like, we're having a good time. I think it's the weed and the booze. When you don't smoke or drink, you end up a little bit more edgy, and you're like, get the fuck out of the parking spot, you stupid bitch! And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, calm down. It's just a
Good point, because
Bowers, do you understand that her actions delayed me for a full minute and 45 seconds? That is,
I'm just saying, sometimes you hate Karen, and sometimes you are the Karen. That's what I think's funny, Steve, is you're one or the other at all times.
absolutely.
Steve could have started 3 businesses during that minute 45.
Right. I think the problem is that I value my time more than you value yours. That's why I find them to be slights.
I'm just saying, somewhere there's a person telling a story about how this asshole on the plane he was on wouldn't give the flight attendant his fucking pillow, and it's fucking. It's about perspective, is all I'm saying. You got to talk about how the stewardess is a bitch, and if I was on that plane, I'd be like, this fucking redheaded asshole wouldn't give up his pillow and kept arguing with the stewardess, and then fucking called management. He was a total Karen. That's what would have happened.
Wait, there's a part of the story that's not in the bit, where after the whole thing about how I'm refusing to give her the pillow, and she says at one point she says something about like how, if you don't do that you can't sit in the exit row. And the guy behind me in the shitty non-exit row seat goes, I'll take the seat. And I just turn back to him and I go, this is not your fight. And I turn. Continued.
Well, you should put that in the bit because that's funny. Also, Steve, let me correct the record here. This is a very Hofstadter perspective way you phrase that, but you don't value your time more than us. You value your time differently than us. Bowers and I aren't trying to get done everything possible in every minute. We occasionally want to, as Ferris Bueller instructed us, look around once in a while and enjoy shit.
So you don't miss it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the exact
Like
quote.
there's probably gonna be part of you, Steve, that's annoyed by how how long it takes to sign the papers to sell your house that sold in a bidding war fucking in one goddamn day. And you'd be pissed about something there too, where I would just be like, fuck it all over the place. I've never sold a house in less than fucking a year and a half. I'd be like having a parade, but something's gonna annoy you during this.
And I would be taping props hidden under fixtures they'll find as a surprise one day, leaving notes to them on the sink.
You would never give your props away, Ben. That's not.
Bowers,
I
would just like to say, Bowers, how dare you? All of me will be annoyed when that happens. All of me.
I'm annoyed signing long ass papers. When I bought my house, there was a lot of papers. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is one house. I'm not buying 20 houses.
Yeah, when I refinanced, the notary was going over everything, and I felt like it was her first day. Because it was one of these things where, like, there were 4 different times where I was like, I need to sign on that line also. She's like, no, you don't. And then she looks at it and she goes, okay. And then she gives it to me to sign on. And so, like, that really, really frustrated me. Because I want the person to know how to do their job so it doesn't delay me.
She was doing her job and you were trying to help her in the middle of it, and she didn't like that you were interrupting her in the middle of her job.
No, she fucked up her job.
Okay.
She tried to go past that line, and I was like, no, I have to sign that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you were the heckler in this situation, is what you're saying.
Yes, I heckled the notary public. And then I got that heckle notarized.
That's where Steve and I's personalities do overlap, because I don't feel like a lot of people do their jobs very well. And so, like, whenever I'm given a contract for anything I've done in my whole career, I have, like, some very high-powered entertainment lawyers, and every time I go through every word of the contract with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm like, can we change that word? Because I'm signing away this here. And this, if we change this word to that, we can get a completely different angle at the whole deal. And they're like, and they always reluctantly agree. They're always like, I mean, I suppose it could be interpreted that way if you insist. I'm like, yeah, you can't. It's the correct thing, so please just do it.
Ben actually did that same thing with his doctor, which is how he got a third arm, which is weird.
Yeah, I didn't even need my ear surgery. I just asked for it.
Yeah, you're the person to ask your doctor about if accidental is right for you or whatever. What I'm saying is this is how my personality differs from both of you guys, is that whenever anyone is doing anything, I assume they are doing it better than I would if I tried, and I'm usually right.
Well,
You are
I agree
usually
with you
right.
on that. I do.
Yeah, I agree with you also.
Better than you.
For sure. That's not true for Steve or I or Rachel, but for your life.
I will say I differ slightly from all three of you. I just feel like the person's doing the best that they can, so that's okay.
But sometimes
Yeah,
the best that they can
like-
sucks.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying, sure, but
Agree.
they're a bagger at a grocery store. This is the best job they can get, and they're doing the
I'm
best
not,
they can.
I'm not going to the
gonna yell
bagger at the
them.
grocery store and being like, chop, chop, motherfucker. Like, that's not what I'm doing.
But you think a notary is some like high-powered guy that went to college for 9 years to be a notary? No, it's some guy that picked it up on the side to make an extra $80 so he could feed his kids, and you're screaming at the poor dude.
It's a guy who's like, look, I'm good at stamping stuff.
I did once. The most obnoxious thing I did once was I was at a car rental place. It was 2 a.m, and there was one couple at the desk that took over an hour. At 2 a.m. at the airport, and we were all losing our minds. Like everyone in the line, we're like, "Why is this taking so? Come on!" And they're just multiple international flights are coming in, and the line's longer. It's the only car rental place open, and it's over an hour for the same fucking couple, and they're like. Just chit-chatting. They're just like, oh, where do you recommend we go in Orlando? And so finally, when they finished, I did start a successful slow clap, and I was really proud.
I mean, that's a fun story, but not the most obnoxious thing you've ever done. Anyway, let's get to the overnight
Just
game.
say Air Canada's not a big fan of you either, okay, Steve? They've got buttons and shirts.
Yeah, that's not even the top 10. It doesn't matter. We've got a fun overnight game. It was what would be if you're gonna break in somebody's house and steal something it would just inconvenience them. It wouldn't ruin their life. It would just make it very inconvenient. What would you steal? Tam had all the hoodie strings. That would be terrible. If they just took all the hoodies out of all the strings, all your hoodies, that'd be bad. Johnny had bathrobe belts. That's wrong on a couple different reasons. Liz Randolph-Michaels had one sock from every pair. That would be awful.
Oh, fuck.
Heather Farrell had all the sharp knives, so all you have is butter knives. Yeah, that would suck. Liz Randolph-Michaels another one. All the pull tabs from all the zippers. When you lose a pull tab from a zipper, you might as well throw the fucking bag or the shirt away.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Jacket. So that was really. And then Beryl, I think Beryl had three. Beryl had remote controls. One piece from every jigsaw puzzle. That is maddening. I've had that happen. And finally, the D-cell batteries from all the women's nightstands. That would also be, I think, terrible.
I have two of my own. One is one battery from each remote control, and the other is anything from Ben's house.
Yeah, he would notice it. He would notice it and be inconvenienced, but it wouldn't hurt his life at all.
Where's my eighth globe?
He doesn't need any of the shit he has. I get the point you're making, Steve.
Where is my eighth globe?
I'm so glad that I'm doing the show sometimes now from the theater, which is further from the office and further from Carmel, so she doesn't hear this stuff. You're trying to poison her mind.
Steve, what's today's game?
Today's game is a fun one. It's Halloween month. It's Scare-tober, whatever dumb thing they're going to market it as. But that means we're getting closer to Halloween. So today we are going to monster a television show. We got a lot of monster movies out there, but we're going to monster a television show. Some examples: 2.5 Wolfmen, How I Met Your Mothra, or Fiends. So take the name of any monster.
What's a Mothra?
Thing. What?
Mothra?
Mothra's the guy that fights Godzilla.
It helps Godzilla. You uncultured
It's
swine.
Mothman. Mothman.
Mothman.
Yeah, but I made it Mothra because I thought that was actually a funnier one.
Oh, but Mothra. Now Taylor just got very upset. Mothra helps Godzilla. They're friends.
Mothra is a healer. Damn it.
And is
People
Godzilla
hear when Taylor
a
talks, they
monster?
die. I don't know how the show works.
Clearly, I'm very upset right now.
Godzilla's a monster. Monster's friend equals monster. That's what we know about William Barr. That's what we know about the game. Anyway, so
Oh, nice. Yes, I stand.
Wait, but do people hear Taylor or not? Do people hear that or no on the broadcast?
Yes, I'm turning my mic on now. I've been doing that for like 50 episodes.
So you're
Okay.
saying Mothra is a good guy?
Yes.
Are you also saying
A good
Godzilla's
girl.
a good guy?
Yeah.
you can have good monsters.
Her
I'm
ally.
saying Godzilla, whether it's good or bad, shows up at my apartment, I'm fucking scared. It's scary whether he's on my team or not. When I see a Godzilla, I'm going to be freaked out. And if he has a huge moth buddy, I'm also going to be scared of the moth buddy.
Someone holding a vegetable shows up at your apartment, you'd be scared. But anyway, the
But
point
they're your
is,
friend.
this is the game. Put a monster into the title of a television show. So the way you play the game is you comment on any of our feeds, whether it is our Twitch, our Twitter, our Facebook, or our YouTube. But if you would like yours to count toward the prize and have a much better chance of being read at the end, submit yours with at least a $5 tip. Whether that is a Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat, throw yours in. We'll read those at the end.
Very cool. And before we get to the front row audience, we do have a couple new Patreons or patrons. Tom Turner joined the
just patrons. Tom Turner
joined the gamer level. So thanks, Tom, for being the part of the gamer level. And Kim Stewart upgraded from Isolation Nation to pin level. So the pins will be designed soon, and we'll get those out. So
yeah, we're working on the pins. We got all kinds of new stuff on the Patreon. We've already talked about a bunch of them. We got some people trying to make Bowers eat vegetables every month. I don't think we have anyone signed up for me to heckle them and then apologize. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're going to talk about Ben's level on Friday, because on Friday's show, Ben is giving out some of his props.
Yes. And also, let me just say, now that we're talking about Steve's opportunity for you to be heckled and then apologize to him, the heckling, sure, that's going to be nice. But let me just tell you, as a man who in 20 years has been apologized to by Steve about 3 times, it is glorious. It is glorious.
Can I just say, Ben, that I'm sorry I ever apologized to you.
You don't understand. You apologized for something recently, like a month ago was the most recent one, as you were leaving my house, and Carmel was in the living room, and you left, and your car drove away, and literally we both turned as though, like, the war just ended. Literally, it was like, it happened. It happened.
Here's how much
we were hugging. It was like an emotional sitcom moment when they try to get serious.
Here's how much this meant to you. You've told this story on the show already.
Oh, I'm telling it a few more times. I know I told it. I know I told it. It was incredible. It was just so out of nowhere, too. Steve, he left the door, he just paused, turned back, and he's like, you know what? I was wrong about that. I don't think you said sorry, but just you saying you were wrong felt like $1 million.
Well, I wasn't sorry, but I was wrong.
Every time my dad used to say this stuff, my dad always used to go, I've never been wrong. Well, that's not true. I was wrong once. Once I thought I was wrong, but I wasn't. That was his thing. Introduce the front row here, Ben. Let's get this show rolling.
I think it's a great idea. VIP video front row. Please turn on your cameras. Lend us your faces. It's time to say hello to our good people here. Tam Brown. Trump, 1 out of 5 stars. Very bad. Would not recommend. A lot of bad reviews. And she's endorsing Charles Manson instead. That's a weird choice.
Yeah, that was a thing that Ted Cruz said today. Ted Cruz said that if you let felons vote, then Charles Manson can vote, and he died 3 years ago.
Oh, got it. Got it. Charles Manson voting is not much worse than Ted Cruz voting. We've got not a wannabe heckler here joining us poolside. Love that. We've got Chris LaBelle. He's just labeled with his real name, LaBelle. Labeled LaBelle. We've got Sean Ehrlich with the classic top. We've got Leedy Corbin. Sporting the summers, drawn hard. We've got Jan Skittles Johnson. I almost called you Jan Nichols Johnson. It might be a good new nickname for a minute. Frankie Angles, the Notoroy. August Gus Us Walsh, we shorten his name anyways, is with us with the Ferris Bueller quote. And we've got Jerry joining us. Hello, Jerry. Great balloons, great forehead. And Dave Adler is here with us. What up, Adler? Thank y'all.
A lot of foreheads today.
A lot of foreheads. And Tom Turner's got his video off, but he's our new Patreon guy, but he's there too. So there you go. We also have a great comic. We're trying to find a second one, but we had a cancellation today. But Kristen Alberts is here. Kristen, how you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good. How are you?
We're
Excellent.
good. Where are you coming from? Where are you at?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Is that the largest apartment in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it just looks,
I'm rolling in it. I don't know.
It just looks, because I can't see specifically, but that, like, at first I was like, oh, are those clothes behind you and also a refrigerator? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, I'm in the kitchen.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
A walk-in kitchen.
Great.
One in New York. Usually you just have to slide the door open, then open the microwave.
Yeah.
I had a place once where we had what I called the kitchen room, because it was just they called it the living room, but it was just one room and the kitchen was there also. And it's not like, ooh, open floor plan. It's like, no, you just walk in, there's a kitchen with a little extra space, and then there's a bedroom. Like that was the apartment.
The refrigerator is also the air conditioner. Like you just open the door.
Exactly. Yeah, you open it up, but you can't.
the freezer.
You can't do both. Great thing about New York apartments, they really save you money on furniture.
Yeah. You know what's also great about New York is that you find furniture for your apartment on the street. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah, it's
nice.
everywhere. In a pandemic, that's a little scarier.
Sure.
I don't understand why New York don't figure out their sanitation department. Why is the trash just always in the street, loose trash bags? Why it's one of the great cities on earth. Why can't they figure out a better trash system?
That's typically from the restaurants. And I actually had a misunderstanding with my ex, where we went back to New York for the first time after a while, having not because we used to live there. We went back for the first time after a while, and our body clocks were all kinds of off. So we're walking around, and it's like 2, 3 in the morning, and I see all of the trash heaps that are being waiting for the trash. Whatever, the trash bags.
Story's not gonna have an ending, is it? Not gonna have an ending, but go ahead.
No, it's not gonna have an ending. And so I said, I forgot about all the night garbage. Now the thing is, the clubs were also letting out around this same time, and there were a bunch of club kids from Long Island and Jersey that had come into Manhattan, and they were walking around too. And my ex was like, "Oh yeah, all the night garbage." Now she meant them, and I meant the trash. And so for 2 days we were talking about all the night garbage in New York, not realizing the other one meant a different thing until finally, we were walking again, and I was like, "Oh man, all this night garbage," and there were no nightclubs there, and she's like, "Oh." So now whenever I see anybody leaving a club, I'm like, "Oh, night garbage." It's great. See, it had an ending, motherfucker. I'm not sorry.
Pretty good ending. All I could think about for the last 20 seconds of the story was, I wonder if Steve considers us day garbage.
He's definitely called me night garbage lots of times. I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know what he was saying. I thought he meant because I was trashed, but that's not what it was.
No, I kept saying, "Hey, Barry, you can do anything about that night garbage in your place?" And he's like, "What are you talking?"
It's me. I'm the night garbage. Oh, I get it. All right.
Get to the end of the book, and on the last page, you find out you're the night garbage the whole time.
I've been night garbage this whole time. Yeah. Well.
I wear a night guard to prevent myself from becoming night garbage. That was not as good as.
What am I gonna miss? Swing, bada.
I was laughing on the inside.
Rach, we got anything to catch up on before we get to a comic?
We do. We have Alexander Breyer tipped the show and said, "I came in a little late, but is Ben trying to be Austin Kutcher?" Look at him with the hat.
You've been punked. Ha ha!
You know what I love about Ashton Kutcher is that he wore those hats as a joke, but then bros didn't know he was joking, so they started wearing them as if they were really cool. That's what made me happy that whole time, because he was clearly kidding when he wore those stupid hats, but it didn't translate down to people that didn't get it.
I don't think he was kidding. Also, B, please don't take away several years of my life from me, like my 20s and mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
I literally just went through all my hats and gave away like 20 hats yesterday, and I kept all my trucker hats because I love them still.
Do you think he was doing it ironically?
Yes,
I don't think
he clearly was doing it ironically. Yes, that was the joke. That trucker hats are stupid and dumb, and he wore them as a joke, and then people didn't get the joke and wore them like they were really cool. It happens all the time. I'm convinced that's what all rappers do. Like when Nelly put the Band-Aid on his face, he's like, "Look how stupid people are. They're gonna think this is cool." Like they're always joking.
I thought he just had like a little owie.
Oh, I think rappers have contests who can make white people look the dumbest, right? Like fucking Nelly's like, I can make white people put a band in his face, and Snoop Dogg's like, I bet I can make those motherfuckers put Izzle in everything, and they're like, I bet you can't. He's like, watch me, motherfucker, and then he did. We all were like, for Snizzle for like 3 years.
You were destroying Ben's entire childhood.
Well, Nelly literally put a Band-Aid on my face once, and it was a great moment. He did. I asked him if he would do it. It was on camera, and he did it, and I felt like kind of verified by the rap community, you know?
It was like the blue check mark before Twitter.
Yes, and the only thing was I felt verified, which was weird because to this day I don't even think Nelly's verified by the rap community.
I don't think he's verified by anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's getting hot in here now. Rachel, what we got?
It was funny. Matt Beto in the chat, he said Aston Kutcher was from Iowa or thereabouts. He's like, he probably did think it was cool. So Bowers, sorry.
No, I saw interviews where he's like, I was wearing it as a joke and no one realized it was a
Of course
joke.
he said that. Would he
10
say
years
otherwise?
later.
No, it was during the thing. It was like 6 months in. He's like, I wore this as a joke, and everybody's into it. It's hilarious. And I made all that up. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But, see how you can make something sound like it's real if you just fucking sound confident enough?
Except none of us believed it was
He
real.
started calling you Trump.
Who also wears trucker hats, ironically. I get it. All right, it all comes full circle.
That, by the way, is my biggest problem with the MAGA hat is just how low effort it is. Just the idea that they took like a basic font, no graphic design, and just put on a hat and it sold well. That bothers me. As someone who appreciates good merch, that bothers me.
As somebody who designs merch live during the show and it's live by the end of the show, that bothers you?
Absolutely does bother me. Are you wearing an Ashton Butcher hat?
That's right. And I used to wear it a little bit. I wouldn't go like Ashton Kutcher style like this, but I would definitely wear it like this, like a little Sinatra to it, a little twist.
I do kind of like the trucker hat on Ben.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it covers up part of his face. So
yeah, whatever we
I like her.
That hurts, and you're not wrong.
The less we can see of Ben, the more I like it. I'm with you there, Rach. Live like the pandemic. He wears a face
like
mask all the
hipper than
time.
I am. What? Well, what's that, Bowers?
Said you wear a face mask during the pandemic. That's why I've enjoyed the pandemic, because I don't see your whole face anymore. It's
Kirsten, I'm so glad you made that joke because I was debating whether or not I could say something like that, and I was like, I have to work with him continuously.
No, I don't care if he stays my friend or not. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
we
just
love
kidding, I love
that.
that.
Thank you for being here.
Please
Rach,
don't
we
hate
caught
me.
All right, let's have her do set.
Are we caught up? All right, cool. All right, coming up now. You've seen her on Laughs on Fox. Ever Kristen Alberts, everybody. Woo!
Thank you. So I've been recently looking for a new place to live. So I had to put an ad out on Craigslist, and I got a couple of responses, but this one guy emailed me and he was like, you can live at my place for free in exchange for cleaning and BJ's. So I emailed him back and I was like, dude, are utilities included in that? That sounds great. That sounds awesome. Then I got another email from a guy who was like, you can live at my place for free in exchange for me sucking on your feet. I'll pay you $15 an hour for it. And my first thought was, you're going to pay me minimum wage for that? Then I thought about it and I was like, why would I work at McDonald's when I have my own golden arches right here? Yeah, if I get one more dick pic off Craigslist, I will finally be able to complete my coffee table book that I've been really excited about that. I drive a really cool, loud, fast car because I want everyone to know how huge my pussy is. It's really big. It's really big. A few years ago, I dated a virgin. He almost lost it to me. And then he told me he cared about me and found it again. Dating a virgin was really cute because he was so grateful, like when he held my boobs, it was like he was holding something sentimental to him. It was like he won them at a carnival with his grandpa when he was 5, like with less stuffing. I work at a coffee shop in Brooklyn, and the day after Trump announced he had COVID, my boss was high-fiving all of our customers who come in. And there's this elderly woman who's so sweet, really kind and gentle, and she comes in to order her coffee, and he goes, "Did you hear the good news?" and you can't see her face 'cause she's got a mask on, but her eyes just lit up like it was Christmas morning and she was a kid and like she had gotten the puppy that her parents said they couldn't afford. It was beautiful. Just to see someone who would never hurt a fly, just hope for someone's death, you know? It was like somebody had found her deceased husband's locket from World War II, and there was a note inside just for her that she had never read. And when she finally opened it, it just said Trump's dead. I'm how am I doing on time? I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just gonna do one more joke. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I've heard that if a dog bites you and won't let go, you're supposed to stick your finger in its butt. Which to me is so stupid because why would I reward them for that? That's it.
Great job. Tips and Alberts, everybody.
Hey, tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube and whatnot. And someone just stopped my video, which is...
You know it was an accident. You know who it was.
I know it's probably you, but it could be Ben from earlier. He might still be upset.
Fair play.
So, either way, super chat on the YouTube, PayPal, Venmo, do all that stuff. Throw in your tips. Kirsten, I first saw her during the Laughs tapings. So it was first season. We were going around the country looking for comics, and it was in the Scottsdale, Arizona show. And the thing that stuck out to me about your set is the same thing now, is your writing is fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I also think, by the way, that getting the dog to stop by putting its finger in its butt, that also works for humans.
Yeah, it also rewards them too.
Yeah, I'm not sure it makes them stop. I'm not sure it makes them stop, Steve.
I mean, there were some amazing jokes there. That fast car joke is so good. So funny. And I also thought there was two things about your $15 an hour for your feet joke was very funny for two reasons, very interesting for two reasons. One, the fact that somebody's paying by the hour, they're doing that for multiple hours. I mean, that's quite a long time. You're not getting bored.
You're right. Like, eventually your feet are going to get soggy, right?
They get all wrinkly like in the pool. You're like, oh no, that's
So
too
gross.
much.
And like, how could somebody, even if they're into it, be into it more than like 5 minutes? Can you imagine on even 1 hour, minute 49, you're like, okay, this is not even hot to me anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is making a lot more sense, the Carmel thing now, if you think that doing anything sexual for more than 5 minutes gets boring. Maybe that's what you're doing.
My other point, I'm just ignoring that. My other point is
I mean,
that,
if you liked it, more than 5 minutes, good, right? I mean, Jesus Christ. Is this not enough fucking for you? God damn it. Let's eat some more
what,
ice
you want me to
cream.
go 3 times? This is ridiculous.
the other thing I liked was the political commentary in that joke, because the minimum wage isn't even $15 an hour. And it created a world for us in which
Yeah,
it existed as though that was.
I mean, it is in some states, I think, right?
I think in New York it might be, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is in California. But I thought it was political because of Trump liked the golden arches in Russia. But then I realized that was showers, not arches, and I realized.
Oh yeah.
Well, it could be an arch. Could be.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Arch it onto their feet.
If it was a dude, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably was.
If it was a dude, true. Yeah, if it's a girl, that's an example of how men see the world differently.
It's talent.
Female
That lady
pee is
could
not
be really
typically
talented.
arched.
Or you
It
could
could
like
be
stick a funnel in.
Yeah, the shiwi. We've
The
discussed.
shiwi.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's for concerts. It comes out your leg, the bottom of your leg. It's
That's amazing.
apparently
it's
you pee your
for
pants. It
concerts
doesn't
only.
work very well.
It's not supposed to come out the bottom of your leg. That'd be a horrible. That's just if you pee yourself that happens.
Well, the point is you put it in and it comes out the bottom of your leg so you don't have to go anywhere at a concert. That's the whole point of it. It's a tube.
No, the point is it mimics. It's like a funnel. It mimics a dick, basically. That's the point.
I mean, at concerts, people usually just go wherever they are, anyways.
Right, but if you have to pull your pants down and squat, is the point. If you're saying it comes out of the front of your pants like a dick and you just stand at a urinal and pee at the tube?
Yes.
That's what you're doing? Oh, I thought it was
That's
sneaky.
the point of it.
You
It
thought
doesn't
it was
This
just a
is
way to
so
pee
that-
yourself more efficiently?
I mean, I bought one to put my dick in the tube so I could stand it up my leg. I didn't know it was for women. Shit, that's the sheep part. Fuck. All right, you're right. I fucked that
So
up.
what Bowers does is Bowers pees into an actual funnel, like with the tube at the end, and he sticks the tube at the like outside of his pant leg. That way he never has
you
to.
put your dick in a
figure
beer
out
bong. The
zipper.
beer bong sits in the front of your pants, and then you just pee out your leg. It makes sense.
I'm never going to a concert
chug,
with you.
chug.
Then you have a beer bong. Then you have a beer bong for when you're done. You just wash it out with some beer, and then you got a beer bong because alcohol kills germs.
Well,
Pee's
what
anyway.
you do is you put some Coors Light in it, and you won't notice the difference.
Solid point. That's why I drink Coors Light, because it's the same going in as it is going out. It's great.
Rachel,
Keep
what do we got
drinking
coming in?
your piss.
Saves a step.
This can't be real.
Okay.
Right? I vomit. Let's get to some tips. All right. So, Kirsten, we had who tipped first? Alexander Breyer, $4. You got a fast car, and that pussy can take us anywhere.
That's how the song originally went.
Yes.
Frank Mertz tipped $5 and said, "Kirsten, you had me dying over here. Great work."
Oh yeah, thank you.
Peter Amsel, 5 Canadian. Drive that car.
Nice.
It's a popular joke. Guys are loving the huge pussy.
I laughed
Let's
for like
normalize that. Let's normalize that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always ask whenever I'm at a bar or something and some car goes by, it's like, "Nah!" I always ask women at a table, go, okay, does anybody want to fuck that guy now? And it's about 1 out of 6. Some girl go, I do. And I'm like, well, there's 1 out of 6. I'm blown away by that anybody would like that, but some people do, I guess.
You're blown away that somebody's impressed by a fast car. The man who wears
No. One of those loud
jackets to get laid.
No, one of those. First of all, these don't get me laid. They're hilarious. There's a difference. And two, it's the idea that a loud car, not a fast one, but like one of those ones that's like a neon. It's like a Honda Civic, but it goes. And like that's what I'm talking about. Where I'm like,
Well, it's probably the same people that go to nightclubs to get laid because you can't talk to anybody, so you just kind of have to like dance and rub your bodies on each other, and you don't have the ability to actually communicate as humans.
well, yeah, I've always said it. If you are
I mean,
hotter
that's how
than
I
you,
normally interact with people.
Nothing
That's
against
just
body
coffee
rubbing.
shop.
There's a time and a place.
yeah, I'm just saying if you are hotter than you are interesting, you like clubs, and if you're more interesting than you are hot, you like coffee shops. That's how it works.
I
Yeah.
both appreciate that theory and ouch.
You know what I'm curious about, Steve? Did you ever go to clubs? Did you ever dance? Did you ever like get drunk and dance?
Is this leading to something?
Oh, wait. No,
yeah, I
it's
did.
actually
I did
London.
actually. And I went to there was a club in New York called Culture Club, which was like an '80s club, and so I
remember them.
went.
They were really good.
some-
They had that Carmen Chameleon hit. They were great.
Caramel
Yeah.
Chameleon?
That's why it was called. Yeah,
And
they
you
had
sit
that hit.
inside-
Come on, a chameleon. Who remember
Karma Chameleon, right?
that? Yeah, Farmer Chameleon. You guys all remember that song. And
Go back to your story. It's night. It's New York. The garbage is out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so night garbage in and out of the club. It was great. So as far as the eye could see, so it's toward the end of the night, and I was there with someone that I was dating, and it's toward the end of the night, and there are these like bleachers they have, you know, because 80s movies, and so there are like bleachers they have. So we're kind of exhausted. We sit down on the bleachers. I'm sitting down. She's on the bleacher, like right below me.
I think this was prom, Steve. I think you were at prom. I think you've confused. What do you mean bleachers?
This
I
was
think-
prom. Okay. So,
I think Steve's telling us the plot of American Pie.
so this guy, you asked a fucking question.
I'm sorry.
So this guy comes over, and this guy is it's one of these
Stifler,
things.
yeah. Just say Stifler. We know who this is. Okay, he comes over.
So Stifler comes over. No, I don't think this guy was in what would have been like a great costume if it wasn't an 80s club, because he was more dressed like the guys from Night at the Roxbury. You know what I mean?
I do. I know exactly what you mean. But okay, go ahead.
Exactly. And so, but with like a bunch of buttons undone on his shirt, but no undershirt underneath, and just like the sprig of the chest hair, just like out there for everybody. And he came over and he like tried to get her to dance with him, and she like didn't want to get up, and so he's like grabbing her arm, like physically pulling her away. And so I just lean over and I was like, "Hey, honey, do you want to leave now?" Like really loudly, like in front of him. So it's just like, "Hey, she is sitting here with someone else. She's not interested in you." And the guy like looks over me and goes, "Come on, buddy, come on." Like as if I'm like, "Oh, okay." You
Wait. So your story about going to a bar and dancing is where you sat on the bleachers
at the end of the night. End of the night.
I mean, so the answer's no.
No.
I mean, when you ask me ever dance and you start telling a story about one particular night, you know you're not a dancer.
I have seen footage of both of you dancing on the show, and I'm a better dancer than either one of you.
Okay, you've not seen footage of me dancing on the show. When?
When
Hands
you were in
off.
Mexico, drunk on the street.
That wasn't
I don't even
dancing.
know what dancing looks like. Oh my God, that was.
I
just
thought that was
drunken-
dancing for Ben.
That was drunken standing in the street waving a shirt around like
Right.
Bowers looks right now. Holy!
What'd the guy look like, Steve? But he looked like he had a crazy jacket on with a little bit of chest.
Oh my
hair.
God, it's been you. It's been you this whole time. No, way more chest hair, but yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
All right.
This, by the way, is my hat in honor of the hats I told you guys about a long time ago. I just
What does
found
it say?
it. It says hat.
This is my hat. What's it say? It says hat.
It looks like it says like hag.
Well,
Anybody
no, it's
else?
a fancy T. I tried to make it look like fancy lettering.
You made this. Oh, that makes
I
sense.
made
then.
That's your Hadge hat. That last one is a
Hag.
J. That's a J. That's a Hadge hat.
Roasted.
That's what a cursive T looks like, you son of a bitch.
I'm not sure that's perfect.
Not necessarily.
Look up like the New York Times. Look at the T on Times.
No, that's a G. That's a lowercase G with a squiggly.
Now it's a G?
That's his hag.
You son of a bitch.
He also has a hag that says hat, which is real weird.
What's that one say?
That one says neurotic gangster, baby.
Oh, and what happened? What did someone throw fake animal blood on it? Was it made of fur?
I think it says neurotic
gotta-
gagster.
And that's blood from the gagging. I like it.
Got this done at a state fair. Ow, it's caught on my hair. I closed it. Too quick. Look. Ah!
You didn't have to tell us you got that at a state fair, Ben. We knew. We knew you got that at a state fair. You didn't have to tell us
You know
that.
what, Ben? I'm sorry. I'm sure you're an excellent dancer. I apologize.
Okay. What I would love to do one day on this show, maybe we do it as like a charity fundraiser, a dance off. A dance off.
Should we do
That
it
would
like
be
we'll
great.
do it like Saved by the Bell style? That's what we'll do.
All of Steve's references to dancing are from 80s and 90s entertainment programs.
Yes, I'm making fun of that.
We had Amina Salah suggest that for our 150th episode, we should do a dance off, but our 150th falls on the day after Election Day. Maybe we don't. We
Well,
could,
you know what?
depending.
Look,
That'd be great.
It might be a dance party. If it's a dance party, we'll have a dance off. If
If it's gonna be like high school, I do my best dancing while crying anyway. Let's do this.
It will be a happy dance party on November 4th, right, everybody?
yeah,
It will.
And
By
like
the
high
way-
school,
That's
Steve will be
awful.
dancing by himself at his house. Okay, Rachel.
By the way, it was my parents' house. By the way, quick shout out. So Jerry, who was just foreheaded in our front row. So welcome to the front row. But also, he tells me that it is his daughter Rachel's 17th birthday today. So happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
Daughter
Happy
Rachel.
birthday.
Gary's daughter,
Happy
Rachel.
birthday, Rachel.
Now the
He
balloons
told me
make
the
more
same
sense.
thing. So, Rachel, I like your name. I hope it's spelled with an EL, because otherwise, your dad.
Too late. I already wished her happy birthday. You can't have it. I did it.
Well,
And now the
from
balloons are just
from
creepy.
one Rachel to another, I think it means more. Sorry, Steve.
Does she watch the show? I'm hoping
Jerry, you're muted.
Unmute
you
Jerry.
can just nod
Put your
yes or no.
hearing
to that.
aids in.
Can't just do this.
You can do a
An
nod.
elaborate series of hand signals or just nod.
Oh, no, he's gone.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
that's a
watches
thumbs up. Okay.
Well, let me be the first to say I am so sorry.
Same. I was already uncomfortable with how young Leedy is on the show. So now 17. Fantastic.
I just wanted Ben to hear me say I'm sorry to somebody else.
Oh, that hurts extra when you say sorry to other people, right? In Ben's
I haven't even met her.
Nice.
Every
Great.
time Steve drives away from me, I hear in my head, is it too late now to say sorry?
And then what'll happen is I'll accidentally cut someone else off and I'll be like, sorry, not you, Ben. This person. This person.
Yeah, accidentally cut someone off. All right, Rach, what else we got?
All right, more tips for Kirsten. So Tam tipped $8 and said, "Are pre-orders possible for this dick pic book?"
Yes, they are. Thank you.
Now, how do you categorize it? Is it by shape, by size, by what are the chapters of your dick pic coffee table book? I'd be interested in how you
Yeah.
categorize it.
No, I think it's by girth.
biggest to smallest? Like, does the book get worse as you
No.
read it, or better?
It gets scarier.
It takes up more page.
It goes from sports car to Prius. In that order.
By the end of the book, you can use it head on as a coaster.
Oh.
The last couple pages are actually the coffee table legs.
Rachel's face is so great.
Not girth shaming here, but
Good shame.
Earth shaming.
Girth shamer, girth shamer, you be mine.
they can be yours. I don't want.
By the way, that's a thing. I kind of off topic, but the idea of like the shaming thing. When I posted something making fun of people who vote third party thinking they have a chance of winning the presidential election, and a bunch of the comments was like, "Stop vote shaming people." And I'm curious as to what people think of like the idea of like, I'm not shaming anyone. I'm saying I disagree. An adult can disagree with someone else without shaming them.
No, and that shaming is okay if it's for very, very bad things. You can shame Nazis. You can shame the devil.
Fat people.
Yeah, you can. Fuck yeah, you can. This show does it every goddamn
I can say that because I used to be fat.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I think shame is an important motivator, but also I think you could say something you disagree with online with not shaming people.
Well,
Why is it bad to shame somebody doing something very stupid that could ruin the country in 3 weeks? Let's shame them like crazy. They deserve to be shamed into doing the fucking thing. It's not something you can shame people for things they can control. You can't shame them for things they can't control. You can vote, and you need to vote. It's absurd.
Yeah,
I'll shame them.
That answers my question.
We decided last night, like, that all the people on Twitter that cancel people are just like open micers for life. You know, like they're just really bad at life, so they just have to criticize other people online. That's their whole deal because they're basically open micers for everything else they do.
I also, my favorite, I got someone, when I said I'm not going to vote third party because they have no chance, someone called me a coward, and I'm like, you have an account with no picture and a fake name.
Yeah, those people always have like 0 posts, 2 followers. It's like you're not even real.
I used to do that joke about the idea of the guy who picked a fight with me online, and he had 1 follower, and the joke was you didn't have to tweet that. You could have just told someone.
Isn't the next line of your joke, or you could have told like your parent who you live with, or tell them both, and just 2 people had been twice the amount of people, something like that. I've seen Steve.
Ben knows my old set.
I think that's because that's the one joke you did on SDSC early. When you blanked on your set. Remember you blanked halfway through your set?
Ben doesn't know
comedy in a month,
Ben
and then he
doesn't watch the show.
told an old joke from an album.
No, it's not even that. I think it's when Steve was opening for me in Sunnyvale, and I was like, I think that's his closer. Okay, I'm up in 10 seconds. Let's go.
Open with that. Rachel, what do you got?
Amanasala tipped Kirsten $5 and said, "Make that book a scratch and sniff."
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
Which part do you
Or-
scratch is the question. That's the issue.
This book just keeps getting better.
Or I would highly recommend a Papa book.
Well, or remember those books when you were a kid that had the hole and you put your finger in the hole and that's the elephant's trunk or whatever? That kind of book. That would work.
Bowers, that wasn't a book. That was your uncle.
Sisters.
You guys remember on Seinfeld when Kramer had the coffee table book and the legs
Yep.
became a coffee
Yep.
table?
Yep.
That's what you need on that book. Just 4 of them.
Oh, so
Better dick?
basically the pictures become the legs of a coffee table. I wish we had that joke made about 2 minutes ago.
I am tagging the earlier jokes as what we do on the show. I know you want it. Anyway, Rachel, what do we got?
Matthew Plummer tipped $5 and said, "Sentimental boobs is an idea I don't think I'll ever forget." Hilarious set.
Thank you.
I like the idea of feeling someone up wistfully.
I will remember you.
Let's see.
You're already missing it. You got to be in the moment at a time like that.
Stop texting while you're fueling me up. Be present.
Kim Stewart tipped $5 and said, "That old lady is my hero."
she's pretty cool.
I also like the idea that the coffee shop owner was high-fiving people, like he was touching people.
In a pandemic.
Right, you know, he wasn't actually high-fiving people. I mean,
Yeah, I just like the idea. Trump got COVID, everybody. Come here, come here.
He's like kissing people like that sailor at the end of World War II, and she dips them in.
I didn't even
Make
think
it out with
about
every
that.
single person that comes in. Like, wait, I think we're missing the point here.
I should fix
Wistfully
that.
feeling up boobs,
Yeah.
you know, just all that.
Yeah, that's a definite glitch in my joke.
I had a
Oh, I thought it was purposeful. I thought it was.
Or,
No, I did that by mistake.
or
Taking
keep
it
it and then,
out.
or keep it and point it out and be like, and now he's a super spreader. It doesn't
Yeah.
stop.
I like the idea. You can have him air high-fiving people. Be like, he was high-fiving people. You know, he's not
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
touch him. He's not the president.
Yeah. Okay.
well,
like
I was
I like my way better. I think let's vote.
let's vote.
Let's let Kirsten
How Kirsten
decide
tags
it's
her
her
joke.
act or whatever.
that.
When I landed in Indianapolis on Sunday, because I was gone for a day or whatever, and I got to the airport or landed on the plane, these two hillbillies behind me. The one guy goes, "Man, I need a fucking cigarette," like that. And his wife had the same voice. She's like, "Me too, man." She goes, "I hate these fucking masks. I ain't ever flying again. I tell you what, we'll just drive next time, because you know what's gonna happen, man. In a year, all kinds of people are gonna have respiratory problems because of they're breathing in bad air." I'm like, "You're fucking smoking when you get off the plane, you jackass. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?" I'm so mad.
To avoid a respiratory problem. Those people on the news are complaining about masks the other day. I heard some woman, she's like, I mean, people are getting lesions on their face. I'm like, what mask are you wearing? One with spikes on the inside? Like, what is happening?
Actually, she accidentally put the dog collar on instead.
Yeah.
Inside out.
Or she bought it at the place where Rachel gets her massages, and there's lesions all over there.
Or maybe she has pubic lice and she accidentally used her underwear.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Was that
No,
too much?
no.
I'm
I
sorry.
think those are called crabs. Are they called pubic lice?
No,
They're
Kirsten-
Oh, I
called-
just think
You
it's
don't wanna
funnier to say
Did we
pubic
change?
lice.
Did we change the word because we don't want to shame crabs? Is that what happened?
Yeah, crabs don't
They're
deserve that
pubic
kind of
lice Americans
association.
now instead of crabs. Is that what happened?
Lady, please do not draw that, okay?
Lady, do whatever you want.
Stop trying to stamp on my creativity, Ben. You can't control me.
I'm the creativity notary. I will stamp it. It's one of my great skills.
Rachel, what else we got?
All right, so we had Renee Hutchison $5, Kirsten great stuff. Heather O'Connor $5 tip for Kirsten great set. Hearing Fast Car by Tracy Chapman will never sound the same again.
You guys are funny.
And I'm driving, got a real big pussy.
Now she shifts. All right, Rachel.
Frank Notaro, Frankie Angles $10. Love giant pussy joke.
It's not a joke. It's very real.
That joke was also like, it was so funny, but also like I couldn't tell if you were saying it as though that was a positive for a woman or a negative. I don't know, like what's the equivalent stereotype to men drive fast cars to compensate for a small penis? So were you saying that a large vagina is the equivalent of a small penis or a big penis?
It's the equivalent of a big penis, right? Or maybe no.
But
I don't
what
even
part
know.
of it is large?
Yeah,
or
that's what.
giant?
Is
That's
it
my
tall?
question.
Is it wide? Is
like
it deep?
Why are
wide
we
or
ruining the
large?
joke?
Is
Lips,
it red? Is
or
it blue? What's a wallaroo?
Wait, Ben,
The
do you have
hole
do you have
is
is
the
the
big
tag
part.
still on that?
Oh, it's a big part.
The hole.
I
Wait.
mean,
Oh.
well,
So
actually,
girth.
no, all of it. I mean, it's gonna be. It's all got to be big, right?
Well, I mean, it's
And
like a
you
tall
saw
guy
the
has
tag on
longer
that
arms. I
hat.
get that, but like,
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Not to change the subject from giant vagina, but Ben, do you have the tag on that hat?
I'm curious to get to know what we're talking about here. We don't often talk vagina on the show. Yes, I have the tag because my character, this is Ice Age hat, my character's on the tag and it's not on the hat, so I didn't want to get
Oh, I
rid
thought you kept the price tag on in case you had to return that hat to 2003.
There's not a lot of merch with my character on it since I only have a few lines in the movie, so I wanted to keep that on there.
Oh, are you
Alright,
the
fair.
sloth?
I'm the sloth's younger brother, Marshall the Sloth.
Oh, cute.
Thanks.
That's fun.
And my character also, just so you know why I particularly identified huge pussy on that character. So
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, and it's a male sloth, but a lot of people don't know that about sloths. If Zara were here, she could confirm that fact. But sloths have both male sloths have penises and vaginas.
Oh,
I did not know that.
very progressive.
It is incredible. Yeah, when people tell them to go fuck themselves, they do it.
Very slowly though, but it is done.
Tyler, you can take me off screen also. Rachel, what else we got?
Nice sense.
Pussies. Andrew tipped $3. Kirsten, here's a few bucks for your golden arches and your huge pussy investment fund, paying great returns. Loved your set. Thanks for coming on SDSC.
Thank you.
Stephen Burks tipped £5 for the funny filth.
Thank you.
Shannon Burke, $5. I'd tip more, but I live in Indiana where the minimum wage is $7.25. Great set.
Gotta move to New York, man.
Hey guys, sad update. My character is not on this tag. Now that I look closely,
Is it
different
just the main sloth?
it's the main slot, just Sid. There's no Marshall on there. I thought it was.
Rip
This
the
time I
tag
thought
off,
you
Ben.
were Sid. I didn't know you were. I thought you were Sid the whole time.
Fuck that tag. Gag on that tag.
I thought we were gonna go a whole show without Ben eating something on the show, but nope, he's still eating.
I don't just do tags for jokes. You know what I mean?
Sloth got your tongue? All right, Rachel, what else you got?
A couple more. So Davy Jones, II, tipped £5. And by the way, he made this joke before Ben did. You should make the book a pop-up. So like, hello kids, gather.
For fisting. Yeah.
That's a
I
big
liked it better the first time, which was the second.
Also, why is it a kid's book now?
It's funnier the second time for me.
We also had one general come in from Pseudonym, $5. There is an actual book called Pokey the Game where you're the star, Bowers.
Oh, where you put your dick in the book hole and then it flips the pages?
I hope not.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Wait, and then it
Thank you
flips
for the
the
tip.
page.
I'm
All
saying
right.
you flip the page and it's a different, it's an elephant trunk, it's a tail of a bobcat, however big your dick is, doesn't matter, but you know.
Howard's version of the book has to just be a bookmark.
What if it was like a big hole that got like a lot smaller as you flip the pages and like you just progressively get sadder because you have to go to the end of the book because your dick's not this big? I don't know. This is what
It's a
pops in my
cock
head.
ring. I get what you're saying. It's
This is why I don't talk much.
This is why I don't talk much.
It's a great t-shirt.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I heard that.
Thanks, Taylor. Appreciate you.
All right, what else you got?
Let's see. We had one other thing come in, another game. So we're ready for the game now.
All right.
All right.
Hold on, just one quick thing before the game too. I just had another very weird thought now that I looked around the comedy club here and there's hats strewn everywhere. Is that up until 3 or 4 weeks ago, whenever I would make a mess, Carmel would be mad at me, and now I just had the thought: now Carmel and Steve are both going to be mad at me when I make a mess.
No, I won't be mad. You'll just clean it the fuck up yourself.
If I need you to come over and help me get these hats up.
I'll be like, perfect. I'll bring my blowtorch.
Probably not a coincidence that we built a comedy club, and the next day Steve's like, I am leaving the state.
All right, let's play the game.
Okay, so the game today is Monster, a TV show. Front row, if you guys want to participate and do an entry on air, please raise those blue hands in the participant window or just wave at me vigorously when I call on you. These are the unpaid entries that I like. I had 2. Greg Murphy had, "Are we there, Yeti?"
Nice.
Taylor, is Yeti a monster, or is he somehow nice? Can we make fun of him, or is that?
It's
okay?
actually just me. I am the Yeti.
Cuckoo. What else we got, Rachel?
You do keep things cold. All right.
Arcanix had "How I Met Your Mummy."
Nice.
That's good.
Good.
All right, and so Kirsten, these are the ones that we're going to be voting on, starting with our front row. So Tam, let's start with you.
Nice work. She voted.
Thank you.
Nice.
I voted. Okay. So I have Scooby Boo,
Nice.
Gracie and Frankie Stein,
Nice.
Monster Mash,
Nice.
Doogie Hunter MD,
Nice.
Gilmore Ghouls,
Nice.
And
and
real.
Leave It to Reaper.
Leave it to Reaper. I like that's good. Nice.
Let's go to Sean Ehrlich.
Similar to Tam, I have the Golden Ghouls, and then Monty Python's Flying Monkeys.
Nice.
Gus.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, buddy. Hi, guys.
I've got the Wolf Mandalorian, the mighty Xenomorphin Power Rangers,
Nice.
and 2.5 Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Can I just vote up for him for his delivery?
He stopped it.
LaBelle.
All right, so yeah, I had Monster Mash instead of American Gods, American Godzilla, and yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Nice. Nana wanna be a heckler.
Monsterland, a U.S. documentary.
Anybody else in our front row? Tom or Dave? Tom, go ahead.
So I had Modern Frankenstein.
Okay.
Nice.
Similar to a couple of others, but two broke ghouls.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Fresh Prince of Loch Ness.
What was it? Fresh Prince of what?
Loch Ness.
Loch Ness.
Jan, go ahead.
I got 3 of them this time. Married with Zombie Children.
Nice.
And the other 2 are the worst monster I could think of. Everyone Loves Trump and Full White House.
Everyone Loves Trump is good.
Anyone else in the front row before I read the other entries? Nope. Okay, so these are the other entries. We've got John Dugan. I will say that he came in with this one at 11 a.m. I think this morning. Monster Mash.
Nice.
Jonathan S. Phantom Leap.
Oh my God.
That's good.
Jonathan S. Boardwalk Vampire.
Nice.
Holy fuck, that's good.
Jonathan S. To Lose the Boss. Do you guys